Israel tonight.
Yeah, he heard Shara call out Izzy, and he said, no, 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 no. Hold on, sir. I will be stepping in against you. Ask and you shall receive. The moment that this matchup was announced, I think the entire UFC fan base went, oh my gosh, how good is this going to be? Michael Venom Page, as you said, John, a lifelong martial artist. That freestyle kickboxing style that he has, where he's so bladed, he's so elusive, able to cover distance in the blink of an eye. He'll snake charm you on the outside and pepper you, and then in the blink of an eye, you are eating a giant knee or a kick or a fist. He's had some of the most sensational knockouts I've ever seen in my life. What he did to Santos Cyborg back in the day is the grossest thing I've ever seen. He is capable of real damage, hasn't done it yet in the UFC, and I think that is exactly why he wants this fight. He feels like he could do that type of thing to Shara Bullet.
He absolutely can. I mean, he's capable of that. And I actually had a friend who had that same injury in a fight where the skull, in the front end of the skull, kind of caved in. And, you know, it's just epic and crazy to see. He's so explosive. And I've trained with a lot of those type of karate guys that are very in and out. And they are so freaking difficult to deal with, let me tell you.
Can I just say I was in camp watching him just for a day. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying with his style, just terrifying to watch.
So hard to deal with, so hard to deal with. And shout out to the guy with the Eagles jersey and MVP's walkout there. I don't know if anybody saw that. Go Birds. But listen, this guy is unreal to watch. And I love just to walk out. I love the energy that he brings to the UFC. And I love that this matchup, I really is going to just showcase who MVP is. This one, let's go. After that last fight, this is what we need to get us back in the groove.
We got all the theatrics from Michael Venom Page. But now, we're about to welcome a pirate. There are few fighters on the UFC roster that are more exciting than that man, Shara Bullet Magomedov. His double spinning back fist, the double bullet in his last outing secured him a ranking after just 4 fights in the UFC. He's won a bonus in the last 3 as well, and he promises there's more to come, Paul. More highlights, more records. He's a pirate on a quest for UFC treasure.
Ah, my ginger back fist pirate brother right here. Shara Bullet Magomedov, so much fun to watch. I love interviewing this guy. Talk about 2 men that are going to be in the octagon that bring the energy, bring their character and who they are to the forefront of their fighting game. These guys are ready to shine and ready to both become absolute superstars in the UFC. And Shara just has that edge, and he fights like a dog in there. He's clean, he's precise with those strikes, he's unorthodox, he's sneaky, and he's tough. And I love everything about him, but he's got a matchup here where he's really got to figure things out. And I think ultimately, if things are going right for him, it's only going to showcase just how good of a kickboxer he is if he can deal with the unorthodox, crazy in and out karate stylings of MVP, Laura.
There's no denying that his aura is absolutely off the charts. I mean, we are looking at a superstar in the making. If he can continue to deliver finishes like what we saw last time, he's going to be an absolute superstar. He's a guy who gets it, right? He gets that he's got to go beyond the
just being a good fighter.
Exactly. It's more than that. It's the entire pirate thing. I mean, he's really leaning into it. But when you watch him fight, he is all forward. He takes the art of 8 limbs and turns it into the art of 16 limbs. You have no idea what's coming. But man, what an insane matchup. I cannot wait for this fight to get started.
We are nearly there, folks. This middleweight clash is just before our eyes. Only left to pull up the tail of the tape. Here we go. MVP 37, 7 years older than Magomedov. He is also 1 inch taller. MVP will come to the fight with a very useful 6-inch reach advantage. Here's Joe with the official introductions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go with our next fight tonight. 3 rounds, this in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in officially 185 1/2 pounds. In 25 professional fights, his record stands at 22 victories, with 3 defeats. He fights out of London, England. Here is Michael And across the octagon, his opponent fighting into the red corner. At 6 feet 2 inches tall, this mixed martial artist weighed in 185 pounds. In 15 professional fights, he is perfect. 15 victories, no defeats, and he fights out of Dagestan, Russia. Here is the undefeated Shara Magomedov! And your referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Jason Herzog is the steward of the octagon for this one.
There it is, the octagon steward. It's my favorite one you bring to the table, John Gooden.
Of all the things, and that's the one. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment.
I like foraging for openings, for what it's worth.
Well, these guys will be doing a lot more than that. Massive middleweight battle in front of us. Everyone around the world is waiting for this one. If you needed reminding, MVP's in the whites. They love them some Shara bullets here in Saudi Arabia. He put on a show last time we were here. He put on an even bigger show last time he was in the octagon. The double bullet knockouts will live in the memory of those who don't have a memory, who have dementia.
An MVP in this stance. Obviously, he's vulnerable to leg kicks, but he can spin and he can throw these leaping in punches because you don't see it coming. He doesn't have that traditional Muay Thai or boxing stance where his hands are up, where you can see them coming. So the guard is loose, but with that comes just an insane ability to close distance and hit you with shots that you are not seeing coming.
Well, in his entire career, people have been trying to target his leg, right? So it's something that he's dealt with, he's developed. I mean, it's his distance management, Paul. His ability to go in and out in a line is absolutely second to none.
Magomedov said in the media, he doesn't know what kind of predator I am. Some of the promotional material around this one has been quite epic as well.
I thought the Captain Phillips reference on MVP's walkout was it was a pretty deep cut, but pretty cool.
Expect more volume from Magomedov, this efficiency from Page.
And
just
that's what you deal with MVP. It's not just the distance management. He's so long, and he throws that right hand or that left hand from his waist, from what feels like 8 feet away, and it connects.
And you know that's what he's going to throw, but you don't know when. He feints. He's always bouncing on his toes. But Magomedov also, he's got to watch the neck here.
Pops out. MVP's been working on his grappling as well. Featured on Polaris Pro Grappling show against Carlos Condit with a win.
Yeah,
less.
He looked really good in that fight. I watched that.
And Condit is a really good
great,
grappler.
Yeah, he's done the Polaris show a couple of times.
He used to beat me up bad at Jackson's.
I'll be interested to see if MVP opts to put Magomedov on the fence again. That is something that we've seen him. He can get stifled when you put him on the fence like that. Doesn't necessarily have a ton of options from there.
Two strikers with very different styles. Which one will prevail tonight? Making a move of muscle here.
Magomedov's still figuring out the puzzle that's in front of him.
Just waiting for that explosion of energy from MVP. And it appears that Magomedov is as well.
Got him to bite on that one. Nice right hand. He gives him a thumbs up.
That hand is insane.
Life has moved fast for Shara Bullet since he joined the UFC. Hasn't really been able to take a breath. Said after his 5th fight, after tonight, he will take stock. He's bought a new apartment and a new car. Hasn't been in the apartment, hasn't driven the new car. His focus very much on UFC gold.
You don't live in a boat?
Well, he's talking about buying a boat to sail into Abu Dhabi if he can get on that fight card later in the year. Wouldn't that be something?
I want to be there.
I want to be there too.
Might let you walk the plank.
No. Nice leg kick there from Shara. And that's what Shara Bullet has to try to do, right? As MVP leaps in with these strikes, he's got to try to stand his ground and find a counter without getting hit with that right hand. Easier said than done. Oh!
Check out ESPN's MMA show, Good Guy, Bad Guy, with Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen. Watch on YouTube, ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and listen wherever you get your podcasts. DC and Chael every Monday and Thursday. Don't miss interactions with their long-time coaches. Michael Venom Page representing London Shoot Fighters. Long history in that gym. Coach Alexis and him very close indeed.
Magomedov's corner asking for him to work. They said, you're letting him play with you on the outside. You have to get in there and mix it up. But easier said than done.
Oh, so difficult when you've got a guy bouncing up and down, in and out like that. So hard to get a read, so hard to adjust to the timing because there is no set timing. And even MVP said, he works with patterns, but he only knows those patterns. Even watching the film, he changes things up. Yeah, he'll do certain things time and time again, but when you're in there looking at it, so much more difficult to deal with.
He's got bone-crushing power. We've literally seen the evidence of that. Yeah. MVP.
We're also looking at a 6-inch reach differential as well.
For the man that's moving up a weight division.
Which is crazy.
Fights is now a pick'em on the live odds. Smile on the face of MVP. But the open workouts put on a real show for the fans there. He just does it so differently. Really lets his personality shine through as well.
I think it would be smart for Shara to go back to that calf kick long.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't land, MVP has to respect it and avoid it, and it throws him off of that bladed base and could create an opportunity for Magomedov to close distance.
And he has tried, and MVP has done a good job so far of pulling that leg out of the way, like right there.
Yeah. I mean, look at that.
No
he hasn't landed,
Magomedov.
Not a single one. I mean, he is normally such a high volume, forward-footed, foot on the gas all the time type of fighter.
Yeah.
Magomedov, and Page has just completely taken him out of his game so far.
Leg kick from Magomedov. Just takes one moment of brilliance.
This is where Magomedov has got to try to go. When you've got him cornered, you know that the big shot's coming. Try to beat him to it.
Magomedov is entering that range. Tries an MVP now in the arena. He's winning over some of the fan base.
You make a good point, Paul. This is where Shara Bullet needs to really put his foot down, because when Page is behind the black line, because he moves so linearly to avoid shot, exactly, he can't go back further. This is where you have to go. When you're bladed like that, it's really difficult to move laterally fast. You can go in and out like lightning, but side to side is so much harder. So if Shara can get him back behind that black line, he's got to go for it. He's just... he's so elusive.
He's having fun out there, his MVP. Shoot fighters corner, barking instructions at their man. Keep your line, stick and move. Magomedov desperately trying to engineer something different here. His corner think he's 1-1.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I do not. And this is where the difficult decision comes in, where his corner's yelling at him, you have to leave it all here. But sometimes that can mean putting yourself in real danger.
Oh, he rifled in with the right hand there.
I mean, every time he tries to close distance and create a little bit of chaos to get his strikes going, he eats something. Right hand, a jab.
Such an interesting puzzle to solve is Michael Venom Page.
Oh. Bends over and then comes up with a left hook.
Yeah. Cuffed him with that one. Oh, huge flying knee. I've been watching Michael Venom Page since the Troxy in East London. The old UK MMA guys would know the reference on UC MMA, formerly Cage Rage.
Trying to show us up, John?
No, I mean, he's just been on the scene around me. He's been a guy that we've just been in awe of. And here he is on the biggest stage of the world against one of the most en vogue fighters right now.
And he's styling on him. This is good for Magomedov, though. I mean, there's those little knees, but he's got to... It's going to take more than that.
A minute 30 left. Magomedov's lungs looking a little deflated as well now. Must be a very stressful fight to be involved in.
Just to feel like you know what you want to do, you know what you
Forward
can
now,
do.
Little impetus for Magomedov.
He's got to go here.
Let's bounce from MVP. Oof, Magomedov charges in. Significant strikes by round. Magomedov trying to occupy the space. Last few seconds. And Page is going to hold him here. And that goes to the judges' scorecards. Destiny is in their hands. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll have the reckoning on the other side. Crowd reaction to the decision. Here's Joe.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. The judges have it 30-27, 30-27, 29-28, all for your winner by unanimous decision, Michael "Venom" Page!